What's up, gang? You know why you're here. You read the title. You know what's happening. Trail, running, and hiking warm-up. Let's get into it. Alrighty, starting light and breezy here with 30 seconds of ankle circles per foot. Lift one foot off the ground and draw big circles with your toes. We're doing 30 seconds per ankle and switching in 3, 2, 1. Switch directions. These are going to get your footsies nice and ready for all of the repetitive dorsiflexion, or lifting up your toes, that you're about to do. And switch feet. Mobilizing your ankle like this is also good for trail running in particular because you're bringing your foot through inversions and eversions. And switch directions in 3, 2, 1. Switch. Roadrunners don't really need to worry about tripping over roots and spraining their ankles like us nature nerds, huh? Okay, now it's time for 1 minute of heel walks. Yep, just walk forward or in a circle or wherever you really want on your heels and just keep your toes lifted up off the ground. This one might get you some looks if you're warming up in public, but hey, who cares? This is your run, not theirs, right? Anyway, this one is so good for you. You're waking up your tibialis anterior, or your shin muscle. Do you feel that horrible burn? That's the feeling of you avoiding shin splints down the line. So endure. Grr, these are tough, but not as tough as your shins are gonna be. 5 more seconds. Okay, moving on now. We've got 45 seconds of single leg alternating quad stretches. Stand on one leg and using one hand or both, reach behind you and pull your opposite foot towards your glutes. Hold for 3 seconds and switch sides. If we didn't have this in here, would it really even be a real warm-up? This is like the OG stretch. This bad boy of a stretch is going to loosen your hip flexors and your quads, which, let's be real, as a runner or a hiker, we both know are super tight. 5 more seconds here, folks. Next up, we've got 1 minute for the standing alternating hip flexor stretch. Step one foot forward into a lunge, keeping your back leg straight, and push your hips forward for a few seconds. Then step back and do the other side. In between, you can do a few steps like I'm doing here to start letting your heart know that we are approaching go time. When you push your hips forward, make sure you're keeping both hips even and in line with each other. And keep that back heel on the ground to feel some magic in your calves, too. Boy, today we are giving our iliopsoas, which is just a fancy schmancy way of saying our hip flexor group, some serious love. Few more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Wacha. Okay, now it's time for alternating figure 4 squats for 45 seconds. Cross one ankle over the opposite knee and squat down as far as is comfortable, but try and make your thigh parallel with the ground below you. Hold for a few seconds, then come on back up. This one sucks, but you are one step closer to being mistaken for Big Booty Judy. We're activating both the glute max, the glute med, and giving our piriformis a little stretchy stretch. This is also going to help reduce tightness in the muscles that contribute to knee pain when you're charging down hills. And on top of all of that, all of these single leg balances that we're doing here are waking up your stabilizing muscles, which is super extra important when you are running on uneven terrain. Now for 30 seconds, we're gonna bring it around town. Bring it around town. I'll stop, sorry. This is going to help prepare your hips, your abs, and your lower back for what is about to be the best trek of your life. Switch directions! Don't believe me? Well, with how far you've brought it around town already, your hip range of motion is off the charts. Nice. Next up,
Hello. Hello, how are you?
we've got the world's greatest stretch, or what I apparently like to call hellos. Anywho, step into a deep lunge, place one hand on the ground, twist your torso towards the front leg, and reach your arm overhead. We're doing 45 seconds on each side. This is a nice full body dynamic warm-up exercise. We've got a little bit of everything here. I mean, hamstrings, adductors, thoracic spine, hip flexors, and maybe even a little bit of calf action if you keep your back heel pushed away from you and don't let your knee drop. Moving to the other side in 3, 2, 1. Other side. It may be tempting to skip this one, especially if the ground is particularly muddy or it's wet. But guess what? I have a fun fact. Humans are waterproof, so that water will not hurt you, my friend. Come on, gang, just a couple more seconds. And done. All right, now we've got some chickens to shoo away, folks. That's right, alternating leg sweeps for 1 minute. Keep one leg straight a step in front of you and add a slight bend to the other knee. Hinge at your hips and shoo those chickens. We're alternating sides here for 1 full minute. This is the bomb.com for your entire posterior chain, which, by the way, is a part of your body that you will never actually see with your own eyes, just in the mirror or in pictures. Well, the posterior chain actually includes your calves too, and you can see those. Just shoo the chickens away. Okay, it's time for high knees. Let's go. 30 seconds of the worst thing you've ever had to do in gym class. Okay, we're doing it. Let's go. Well, actually, I think that the beep test was actually way worse, but these are still pretty bad. Oh god, do you remember the beep test? I try not to. Oh, look at that, we're done. Okay, awesome. Okay, I lied. Almost done. We are so close. Time for 30 seconds of arm circles. It's funny, you wouldn't think that arm circles are important. Switch directions! But this will help you with balance on the technical terrain that you're about to master. Okay, last and most importantly, grab a hard ball, a spiky ball, a rock, whatever, and roll out your plantar fascia. If you can't find something to do this with, that's okay. You can use your thumbs to massage your foot. I've got a timer here, 30 seconds per foot, but you can definitely do this for up to 3 minutes if you have the time. It's tempting to skip this one, but you are only cheating yourself. There is no other way to warm up this ligament other than applying some sort of pressure, and it's so important to do so. And that's 30 seconds. It's time to switch feet. Yeah, so loosening the plantar fascia has so many benefits. It improves foot flexibility and mobility, it reduces pain and the risk of plantar fasciitis, it enhances shock absorption, it supports arch stability to prevent overpronation, and it improves your balance and proprioception. So yeah, it's kind of worth your time. You are one step closer to being all warmed up.
And now you're all warmed up.
If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And when you get back from your trek today, make sure to drop a comment below and let me know how it went. I'll see you next time. Happy steppin'!